Yo, I heard something about the Mandela effect. It was like basically that we're all dead right now, right? Time is not real, so it could be 100 years, it could be a lot of years.
You know how whenever you die or whatever, they always say that corny shit, you saw your life
Flash before your eyes.
I get it. Is that we died in 2012. We all died in 2012, bro. And
Okay.
we're living in a single consciousness. We're all like in the same quote unquote world.
But that makes no sense though, because if we died in 2012, we were younger. We're living our lives getting older.
But we could just be making that up in our heads, bro.
Oh, that's what that is?
So let's say you were dreaming for so long that I feel like at a certain point, it wouldn't feel like a dream no more, would it?
Oh, that's actually true.
Your consciousness, who and what you are, comes through your body, not from it. And an MIT researcher even measured it. You know, when Navy SEALs go through BUDS training, they learn very quickly that their body will quit long before their mind does. And that's because your body and your mind aren't the same thing. Your body doesn't cause your mind or create your consciousness. It simply grants you access to your mind and consciousness to the limit of your body's abilities. And this is why you can affect your consciousness with substances. Because you can play with the dials on a radio and it'll change the signal that you're getting. And this tuning into consciousness is the same for all the living cells around us. You've heard the science that says trees share resources with each other, right? That's consciousness. You found out through science that even organisms as simple as ants and bees are affected by anger and fear. That's consciousness. All the living matter around us is tuned into consciousness through the limitations of their abilities. And how does consciousness get to you and all the living cells around us? It comes by way of a structure called microtubules. Because microtubules are the organic structure that makes up all of the living cells around us. They make up the walls of your neurons, which is the most important part of your neurons regarding thinking, feeling, action. They make up the critical functioning within each cell, the mechanisms that repair life. Well, an MIT researcher in Japan proved that microtubules interact with quantum field vibrations. Furthermore, he proved that those vibrations come through in a gamma spectrum, which is the exact frequency of the most important brain waves that we have in our brain. When those frequencies are vibrating in our brain, we are conscious. And when they are not vibrating, we are usually on an operating table somewhere under anesthesia, because that's about the only time they stop. Now, the non-local field of consciousness that creates the vibrations that you and I pick up is everywhere and nowhere all at the same time, which is why some people can tap into their consciousness and utilize capabilities that seem superhuman, but they're not really superhuman at all, because all humans have the capability of doing it. But most of us, and I'm talking 99.9999% of us, don't ever discover this truth, because in this natural system exists disease to remove imperfect organisms from the system so that the space can be made for more perfect organisms. We humans have a disease of the mind that separates us from all the rest of the universe, and that disease may well wind up eliminating us from the earth to make space for whatever comes next that doesn't have this limiting characteristic that winds up being life destructive. But you don't have to be part of that crowd. You can heal yourself of this disease. There's a huge portion of your existence that exists in the non-local field of consciousness. And once you tap in and reconnect with that, you become what's next for the human race. But here's the rub. To be able to tap into and realize the truth of your conscious existence takes time. Time that the global control systems of the world don't want to give you. Because when you do tap into your higher self, you stop experiencing the fear and the anger and the worry and the regret that make you so deliciously controllable and predictable. So if you want to stop living a limited existence, take the time to quiet your mind and listen for your own consciousness. Because there's a bigger part of you out there than what you realize and feel in here. And when you discover that, not only will you be tapped into the universe and get the resources that you need, just like trees sharing between one another, you become what's next for humanity. How awesome is that? Love you guys. Start working on it. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Here's a wild theory about consciousness for you.
Where does the Earth come from? Doesn't it come from what we call the cosmos? And isn't that cosmos that mysterious dark energy which we think we've been looking for at all levels, and which we do not find? That dark energy is thought.
We know that almost 70% of our universe consists of dark energy, the mysterious force that's causing the rate of expansion of our universe to accelerate. What if dark energy is consciousness? Comment your thoughts and follow if you want to learn more. Here's a wild theory about consciousness for you.
Where does the Earth come from? Doesn't it come from what we call the cosmos? And isn't that cosmos that mysterious dark energy which we think we've been looking for at all levels, and which we do not find? That dark energy is thought.
We know that almost 70% of our universe consists of dark energy, the mysterious force that's causing the rate of expansion of our universe to accelerate. What if dark energy is consciousness? Comment your thoughts and follow if you want to learn more.
Y'all, are we not going to address how advanced we were in ancient times and how scientists now are saying that we're at the peak of scientific knowledge? Like, they already admitted that we can't build the Giza pyramids with the technology we have today. Y'all, these pyramids are aligned exactly with Orion's belt, can conduct electricity, which they're saying is its purpose, and they're built on the exact mathematical center of Earth. So they knew exactly that the world was round, and they knew exactly where they were on the planet. We can't do that today. And look how this thing is built. It is so seamless. You can't even fit a piece of paper within the cracks of the stones. And they drew light bulbs. Many civilizations have done the same thing throughout the world. And every time scientists ask, okay, who built this mysterious thing? The scriptures say the star people helped us. And then they're like, okay, but who really built this thing? All these ancient people who have built these structures that we can't explain today report star people or gods came down from the sky and gave them knowledge. For real though, why are we still contemplating and arguing about this when it's clear humans are older than we thought and civilizations from across the galaxy have been visiting us from the start? In my head, there's no argument here. It's literally in the history books. If you understand this stuff, I want you to understand that you're not a conspiracy theorist, you're a realist. Every time I contemplate, I'm like, nah, this ain't real. But the evidence is undeniable.
Everybody died in 2012, and we're all we're all sharing a consciousness. So we're on a shared consciousness, and everybody's dead, and they're reliving their memories in a dreamlike state. So the 7 minutes after you die, 7 minutes, your brain is still active for 7 minutes, but time is relative. So 7 minutes in a dream, could be like
your whole life,
100 years in real time. So the theory is that everybody died in 2012. We're all in a dreamlike state, reliving, like everything that's going on right now is just fake. It's just a memory, and you're dreaming it. And that's why the Mandela effect is a thing.
If you enjoyed that clip, give us a follow, like, and share.
What is the scariest theory known to man? Solipsism. The idea that only your consciousness is real and everything else you experience only exists in your mind. There are no other people, no other beings in the universe.
To a certain extent, from a neuroscientific point of view anyway, this theory is more than just a theory. Everything you see and perceive in the world around you is a creation of your mind, your consciousness. The world is simply physical data points that we take in. What you can see is different wavelengths of light that hit our retina. What you can hear is different sound frequencies and disturbances of the air molecules. What you can feel is a distortion of the electromagnetic field that surrounds us. And all of these data points are translated into electrical code in the form of signals by the buttery electric meat we call our brain to produce the big show we call the world. So in some sense, it's all a theatrical production created up here.
David Icke was way ahead of his time.
We're all children of God. We're all created by God. We're created by the thoughts of God. When we think, we create an energy field. When we think thoughts of love, forgiveness, and peace, and all the things we want to bring to the world, we create a certain kind of very positive energy. When we think thoughts of hate, of all these other emotions, of anger, of fear, we create another kind of energy, a very destructive one, which, if it's in big enough quantities, destroys the very life force of creation, which comes from the being some call God. The name I'm given is the Godhead. Now, if we can create by thought, what can the Godhead do?
So to answer your question, there is a theory that we are all one consciousness experiencing this life through the eyes of each individual person. Basically, it's saying that if I were to be born in your family, given your body and your life circumstances, your social conditioning, your brand of domestication, I would essentially be you and vice versa. This is why we always hear about the expression, we are reflections of each other. We're essentially mirrors of each other, showing each other how we could be if we were born in each other's life circumstances, given each other's conditioning. Now, I love this theory because I believe it's the true foundation of empathy. Because what is empathy if not putting ourselves in each other's shoes? To see how and why we think and react to things in certain ways. To understand and empathize with the way that we each think uniquely and respond uniquely to the world around us. So if we are essentially each other, then shouldn't we do more to help each other? Should we not be so obsessed with hyper-individualism? and instead choose community, choose to uplift each other, just as we do ourselves. So what do you think about this theory? Definitely comment below and let me know your opinions. Make sure to follow me for more spirituality, healing, and growth tips.